Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy, and I'm excited about the videos that I'm going to be putting out over the next few days. We are using something that I think we all have in our pantry. I know I have several boxes, I keep them for emergencies, but I got to thinking there has to be another way to use these. Has to be another way to do something with these that makes it a complete meal so you don't have to add anything else to it. Throw everything in the pan, cook it up, and serve it for your family, and it's going to be delicious. So how many of you have rice-a-roni in your pantry? I have several boxes. Like I said, I keep them for emergencies. Quick, easy side dish if there's a night that I just need to throw a dinner together really quick. This is something that I love to just grab out of my cupboard and just make it as a side. But I got to thinking there has to be a way to use this to do something else with it other than just following the directions on the back. So I did some research on Pinterest, of course, because that's where I get most of my recipes. And I found some ways to use rice-a-roni making different things. I could not find anything exactly the way that I wanted to do with this one. The rice-a-roni for the 4 cheese, I saw people using chicken and broccoli to make a cheesy chicken broccoli. Everybody does that, but I wanted something different. So I thawed out some ground beef. I have some green bell peppers that were in my freezer. These were fresh grown, homegrown, can't even say that, fresh homegrown bell peppers from last summer. My sweet friend Shelly actually grew these for me. We got these, and I have a couple of fresh tomatoes. And I'm gonna make a version of a stuffed pepper rice-a-roni. So we're gonna ground up or cook our ground beef and get that browned. And while it's browning, then we're gonna add in our rice and we're gonna saute this. Then we're gonna proceed with our directions. We're gonna put our bell peppers in with our hamburger and let that cook up because these are frozen, so they are gonna have some water. So we need to cook these and get the water out of them. So that is gonna be a good opportunity to cook them with that ground beef and get that out. We may add some corn to it. I like to add whatever you would add to a stuffed bell pepper. That's what I would add to it. My husband loves corn and bell peppers, so I typically add a little bit of corn to it. I know that makes it kind of a double starch, and a lot of people are goofy with that, but it's your house. You put what you want to in it. And so that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna make a stuffed pepper version of this. So I will have my recipe that I'm doing. I will have this written out in the description box for you for this video so that you guys can see this. I am gonna have several more coming out. I was gonna put these all in one video together, but I decided I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do them individually, and that way you guys can find the one that you want very easily and not have to watch the entire video with 4 or 5 different rice-a-roni, rice-a-roni recipes in it. So let's make this stuffed pepper rice-a-roni rice-a-roni rice, and let's get this done. My hubby's hungry. He's been outside working since he got home, so he's gonna want to eat something real quick. So let's get this started, friends. All right, so I have my big skillet right here. This is about 1 pound of ground beef. We're just gonna drop this right in our skillet. I'm going to use my Pampered Chef Mix and Chop. I love this thing for ground beef, ground sausage. I love this. The Pampered Chef product. If you don't have one of these, you need to have one. I have 5 because I use them for everything. They make amazing guacamole, all the things. So I will leave a link in the description box for this if you want to pick up one. My sweet friend Tina sells Pampered Chef now, so I will leave a link in the description box for that for you guys. I'm only going to use part of these bell peppers. I don't need all of this. And I'm not going to put this in until I get my ground beef most of the way cooked because I don't want to mash these with my mix and chop. I just want to mash the ground beef. That's my only purpose for using this, is just to mash the ground beef. And then once I get it partially done, then we'll be ready to add our peppers, our onions. I'm not going to put the tomatoes in quite yet because I don't want to completely, demolish those. I want them to still have some tomato texture to them, so I may put those in at the very end and just stir in some diced tomatoes. So we're going to get our ground beef cooked. We'll come back when we are ready to put our bell peppers in. All right, friends, we've got our ground beef cooking. I just added in I had a partial onion over here I needed to use, so I just went ahead and chopped that up real fine and threw that in there. We're going to go ahead and add, I'm going to say probably half this bag of peppers. I'll put the rest of these in a Ziploc bag and I will use them for something else. I'm sure I'll have another recipe later on that I'll be able to use these in. I think that looks like a good amount. So we're just going to let these peppers thaw out and kind of cook a little bit. I want them to release some of this water because I don't want all this water in when I do the rice. And I think we can go ahead and start putting in a little bit of seasonings. Let's put in a little bit of garlic and herb. I want to get as much flavor in this as I possibly can. It's already starting to release some water, which is good. I love stuffed bell pepper, so does my husband. It's one of his favorite dishes. I don't make it quite as often as I would like to, but I thought he would like this. As I said, I'm making this up as we go, and I will leave all of my ingredients and directions for you in the description box, so you guys can make this the same way that I did. So it looks like we're getting a lot of the water cooked out. So I am still going to follow through with the step of the butter that we put in. Our rice-a-roni calls for 2 tablespoons of butter with the rice. We're going to hold on to our seasoning packet. We're not going to put that in yet. This one's melting off. Okay, let's go ahead and melt our butter. So we're not really going to toast our rice because our pan is not dry. We've got some moisture in here from our ground beef, but we are going to stir our rice around in this a little bit. Let it start to pick up some of the flavors. And we are going to swap out part of our water for, I'm going to use half and half. You could use milk if you wanted to, but I think I am going to put in partial half and half, partial water. So I'm going to put in 1 3/4 of a cup of water, and I'll put in the rest of our liquid as half and half. So that'll be it'll be half a cup of half and half. This smells really good already, and we've just got started. So I'm going to put in that half and half. Give this a good stir. We're going to put our lid on, and we're going to let this cook just like the rice-a-roni package says. We're going to let this cook for probably 15-20 minutes. Let our rice cook and get all nice and soft. And then we are going to come back and we'll finish this off. All right, friends, we've got about probably 10 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and put some cream cheese in. I love putting cream cheese in my twice baked my stuffed peppers. Man, my brain is like all over the place today. I'm going to just kind of cut this up into some chunks so it can start melting into this rice while it finishes cooking. All right, we're going to put our lid on and we're just going to let this sit here and start to melt into our rice. All right, friends, our cream cheese is nicely melted. Go ahead and put in our cheese packet that came with our rice-a-roni. And since we added extra things to this, I am going to add some extra shredded cheese. Let's put in a little pepper jack. I've got some pepper jack and some cheddar, so let's put a little of each in here. Let's put our tomatoes in. Got a little bit of bell pepper, a little bit of our ground beef. That is super tasty, friends. But you know, I think I'm gonna put some corn in it. Hubby loves corn. Luckily I have some frozen in the fridge, so I'm just gonna grab some of that and put just a couple handfuls. That should be plenty. We're just gonna stir that around in here. We're gonna put our lid back on and we're just gonna let this hang out. Let that corn defrost until hubby is ready to eat, which should just be a few minutes. Friends, we're gonna go eat this. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen today as we made a fun, delicious dinner using a box of rice Roni 4 cheese. Stay tuned for the rest of those videos because I have 4 more boxes in my fridge, I have 4 more boxes in my cupboard for us to make some fun and tasty dishes. I've got some great ideas for those, so be watching for those to come out. But friends, thank you so much again for joining me. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me and see what I'm doing in my kitchen, hang out with me. I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. And friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. We would love to have you a part of our YouTube family. Hit that, just hit the notification bell. That's what it is. Hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And friends, we will talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.